Guys, I'm in the intermission of the My Neighbour Totoro live show in London. These are the Sid Sprites. And I pretty much started crying from the minute the show started. From the opening crawl that they reproduced from the animated film, where the logo just kind of animates and the little bugs and the creatures and the bats are dancing around the logo. They recreate that in the live show, and I lost it. Just seeing those letters, which are very fuzzy. They're like fuzzy puppets. I mean, it's like something out of Sesame Street, and yet, oh my God, my childhood. I just got so emotional. I can't even tell you. I was like, buckle up. This is gonna be a long show. There's gonna be a lot of crying. Yeah, I will tell you more after the show, but I just wanted to get something down in the immediate because the heart, that My Neighbour Totoro show.
The spirits of the forest started to hide from us. Frightened, but also disappointed. But once in a while, they meet someone like you, May.
One of the things I was actually really nervous about seeing this show is that there's always something a little weird about adults playing children. But man, the actress who plays May is like, it was like she is the living embodiment of that cartoon character. Watching her do the expressions and the body language, following her older sister around. It's just amazing. She does such a good job. I'm so glad that I got good seats so that I could see up close the expressions of the actors because I'm a little nearsighted. So sometimes when I see shows, I can't actually really focus on the facial expressions. But in this show, that is the thing. Like, that is the reason to see it. She's such a good actress. Everybody's good. The dad is good. Older sister's great. But oh man, May is just the scene stealer for sure, as you would want it to be. I mean, obviously she's the scene stealer of the film as well, but man, in live action, I can't believe it works as well as it does.
Oh, we saw kids. No, but they're really small.
That's just short panels. So they look like kids. Show something because they're a bit short.
But I think they're real fast.
They were all actors. That's all acting is about.
All right. Oh my God. So I just got out of the show, and like I said, I was crying so much. Felt so emotional watching it, and I actually just spoke to one of the actors as I walked out, and it was amazing. What a great conversation I had with him too, because you could tell how much he enjoys being in the show, and that was the thing that. At the end of the show, there's just this sense of joy and playfulness, and it really captures that idea of like being a kid and just being creative. So getting to talk to one of the actors afterwards and seeing that was like, yeah, they're going for that. They're trying really hard. It was so beautiful. You could tell how much everybody in the show enjoys being in the show. That just like comes through sitting in the audience watching it and the humanity of it. And speaking of which, I actually watched a performance where there was actually a technical difficulty. One of the puppets kind of got messed up in the show, and they had to stop the show to fix it. And believe it or not, it didn't take me out of it. Like I probably because I love puppets and the like technical side of things, that just made it even more human. And this is actually a show where they kind of acknowledge that it is a show from time to time. There's moments where the techs, the people in black, are well, they're like allowed to smile and sort of like make eye contact with the audience, and it's really great because it does this thing where I actually think it's kind of profound, and I don't know if I've ever seen this in a show before, where the people all dressed in black, I call them the ninjas, the tech people that are like controlling the puppets, they kind of represent the spirits in the forest. So Totoro is a show about spirits and forest spirits specifically, and the fact that the tech people controlling the puppets basically represent the spirits, and there's moments where they kind of interact with the cast members, the two kids and the father, and the other characters, and it's so cool. Like, what a creative choice that actually elevates the material in a weird way. Like, there's a few elements of this show that kind of deepen the movie. And I'm someone who, I love adaptation, and I'm always like interested in the choices that are made. And this show makes a lot of really great choices. I highly recommend it. I actually want to like go see it again. Like, I walked out and I was like, I would love to buy a ticket and go see this show again because I was so moved by it. I'm feeling like transformed and changed. It reminded me of watching the movie for the first time when I was in high school. Another thing that the show does really well is capture the horror elements of Totoro. I've always felt that when I first watched the movie that there was a little bit of like a spookiness to it. And when I first watched Totoro, I didn't know if it was going to be like a full-on horror movie or a kids movie. And I feel like over the years, people kind of focus on like the charmingness of it and the sweetness of Totoro. But this show actually kind of brings back the haunted house elements of it and the haunted forest elements of it, and that's like really, really, really cool to watch and see. I think it actually might scare a few kids, which is great. That said, the only downside, the only one small nitpick I had with the show is that in the final half, when May gets lost in the cornfield and everybody's like looking for her, they really amp up the drama in the show. Like, it's a dramatic moment in the movie, but one of the things that's so great about Miyazaki's choices in that film is that it's very quiet and they don't put too much music over those scenes. But in the West End production, the live show of Totoro, they really, like, the music goes like, it's at 11, it's very dramatic, it's really trying to stir your heart, and for the average person I think that works fine. I think it just makes it feel a little more average, a little more typical. It's the kind of thing we've seen in lots of other shows, lots of other movies. So it took me out a little bit. Like, I was like, okay, they're getting a little ham-fisted with the drama. But that's only for like 5 minutes. Like, that's 5 minutes of shows. Everything else, I was like, this is perfect. There was not a moment, except for that little bit. There's no other moments that took me out of the show. I was 100% into it. I loved it. Every person, I mentioned how great May is, but I always forget how to pronounce the older sister's name, Sasuke, but she's actually great too. They actually expand her character a little bit. They give her a little bit more, a little bit more personality quirks that are fun. Like, they work for the show, and I actually really like all the added things that they put into the story. There's a lot of little moments that don't happen in the film that they add into the show that blend perfectly into the moments that we do know from the movie, and those are actually some of my favorite scenes. I want to give a shout out to the dad, the guy who plays the dad. He's got the dad's hair. There's some moments where his hair gets all messed up and it looks just like the anime. It's so great. The dad was awesome. He did such a great job. And extra shout out to the fact that there is a woman who sings off stage. It's like some of them, they've added a few songs, but there's also the songs from the movie. And none of the characters in the movie start singing, but she comes in and starts singing. But she's singing to the characters on stage, and it should be really cheesy, but it's not. It's actually like, I was crying. This woman is having such a good time too. Like, everybody else in the show is having a good time. She's enjoying singing these songs. She just seems like really happy. I love every moment where she starts singing and she's like looking lovingly at the characters. Like, she cares about the characters in this world, as we all do. And that is why you can tell a lot of people do not want to leave this theater. Like, the show got out like This is like half hour and there's still a few people lingering around because nobody wants to go home. We all just want to live in this magical world with Totoro and have great adventures. Yeah, it is utterly spectacular. That is correct. So glad. I waited 3 years to see the show. I've been trying to see the show for 3 years. Worth the wait. Highly recommend getting seats up front so that you can see the details. The puppets are so cool. It's great. Be with Totoro, 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 Totoro.